slipped away. One street over where my memories exist. I wondered what would change. I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing. I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. Time gone by, I've traded black dirt into clay. I thought my memories would end. One street over's now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing. I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Oh, hello. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern. This is One Street Over. What's going on one street over from where you living? We are living right, as in the words of Mayor Billy Vogel. We get to live and work in Robeson County. We are blessed, blessed, blessed. Welcome to it, you guys. I'm U-Turn LaVern. We do this every Monday through Friday. I just love doing this. Ilya's back, and I just had to apologize for the mess I made of everything on one day last week. And he was in Mexico, and I don't know, the buttons didn't work, and I kept pushing them. You know, when you don't know what button to push, quit pushing them and call for help. That's probably the best advice. But anyway, he's back, and so we again just thank Ebenezer Broadcasting for all you do for our community and the opportunity for me to just keep my toe in the radio water. And I want to catch up with this young man, Alex Maddux. He's been in here several times. He is one of my original audio video students from Greenbrier High School, and just a dear, sweet friend. Now that he's out of school, we can be friends on Facebook. That's one thing. Teachers, do not friend your student. Don't let your kids friend you on social media. That's just a no, 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 no. And but now that he's in the adult world, and how old are you now?
I'm 18 now.
You're 18 now. You're still just 18. Okay. But because he just graduated last year, but he graduated early. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of feels like you've been out of school for over a year, but you haven't hit your 1 year mark yet.
No.
You'll be in December.
Yeah, December.
Yeah, well, you actually physically graduated. You know, even though you finished your classes in December of last year, they graduated in January because when you have early graduates, you don't want them to graduate. You know, they were the class of 2025. And if he had graduated at the end of his coursework, it would have had a ceremony, number one, right before Christmas when it's insanely busy. And it had been 2025. So at 2024, numbers. Man, it's going fast, though. And I mean, I got to meet you when you were a sophomore.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's when I came to school, and you were in one of my first classes, and we had so much fun. And I wish you could be in there now because we're doing so much more cool stuff than we did. Because right out of the gate, when you're building a program, it's difficult, you know, but we've got more cameras. We finally got rid of that TriCaster that I just like, that thing. He can tell you, he was in class when I would spend hours trying to get that thing to work. And there's just a whole spiral of things that came out that it wasn't quite what we needed and all this kind of stuff. The discovery of the European camera, you know, this is all inside. You had to have been in the class to understand that. But he was one of my students that got to walk with me through all of these things because I didn't understand the technology. I was always just the person that ran my mouth. You know, I've had just a blessed career. I've been so blessed to be able to be on radio since 1980. And but I'm just the talker, man. I'm not the technician. And I had great engineers that showed me what button to push, And I'm having to learn all this technology. I've got Jesse Castillo, love you, brother. He's coming by the school today just to kind of reteach me on some of this stuff, because we had a big teaching day one day during the summer. We had a professional development day, me and him. But man, I slept since then, so I need a refresher. So anyway, I love having folks like Alex that are around me that have a passion for this stuff and just help me to understand it better, because man, you don't remember life before technology, do you? Not before computers. Do you ever remember, did you ever have a time when there wasn't a computer in your home?
My mom has a really old computer, but I think she's had that probably since I was born.
Is it a desktop or a laptop?
It's a desktop.
It's a desktop. Okay. Do you remember there ever being a time when there weren't cell phones? I doubt that either.
I remember we had the phone on the wall.
Okay, you did have a landline.
And
okay.
then we had a wireless landline. I remember getting that. My mom would be on the front porch talking on that. I'd be on the one on the wall listening to what she was saying.
Oh, okay. I got you. You would see what was going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do remember the cell phones coming in. So, I mean, but cell phones were already out there during that time period, because what year were you born?
2007.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We were already on our cell phones by then,
Yeah.
for sure. But we still had, some people still have landlines. My mother, we cleaned out Mom and Daddy's house last year. There was a landline until the day Mama passed. Mother wanted that. She wanted that other connection. So she had, I can still tell you the number, 502-856-3114. And actually it changed to 270-856-3114, because they changed the zip code. But it was that phone, and we would put those long cords on it, so you could walk around the room before we had. So you do remember just a little bit, but it's got to be vague because you're so young.
That's really all I remember is the landlines.
Well, see, and that's one of the things we talk a lot. We were actually in a CTE meeting, a Career and Technical Education meeting last night up at the Teacher Center with Mr. Gregory and Will Elliott. As CTE teachers, we just have to have an update on the things. And we talked about working with folks in your generation that do not remember life before all of this technology. And so it's just a captivating, very interesting time. And I love being a part of it. It's just so much fun. And you've got cricket on your shirt there, talking about cell phones. That's one of your part-time gigs, right? So where are you? Where can people come see you and get a cricket phone?
On Tom Alston.
Okay.
Cricket.
So you're there, and your granddaddy owns that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're working part-time there because you're in school, right?
No.
When does school doesn't start for you until when? When are you going back to school?
I'm not.
Alex, what are you going to do? You haven't
know.
told me that. So you're just still kind of, but you know what? That's okay. You're trying to, I've been trying to talk you out of spending too much time around media because of and literally, this is something we'll talk about in just a minute when I talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards, because when it comes to real estate, we'll talk about how they'll mentor you into it. But Barry says, he'll try to talk you out of it because he wants you to understand the nuances of it. And when you came into my classroom, I think you really wanted to be a filmmaker involved in the industry, right?
Yes.
And I talked to you really just very honestly about the lifestyle, the pay, all those things. And I've done that with a few kids. And then they'll kind of pull away from it, and then they'll kind of come back to it. I've got one at school right now. He's coming back around. He wants to be a filmmaker, and I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because I want you to know the real honesty of it. You're going that direction too, aren't you? Maybe,
but more of on the side right now.
Okay.
Not really a main focus right now.
But I've been honest with you about it, right? I've told you what the realities of it are. You know that it's unless you end up, there are a few jobs out there. I've had opportunities in radio where I worked for Clear Channel. I was with the WLAC group for 28 years. That's super unusual for you to have a full-time gig, benefits, and all of that. I was super blessed. But a lot of the times in the things that you're interested in, like filmmaking and television shoots and all of that, you go from job to job. you're good as long as that show or that production's going, and then when that ends, you're looking for a new gig because you're independent.
Yeah.
And so that means you got to take care of your own benefits, or you can get with the union. Like there's a stagehand union up in Nashville, and I'm sure they have benefits and things like that you can get. And I've worked with them some because I have a friend, Mark Carver, that did lighting for the CMAs, and my husband and I just kind of tagged in and went and did that just for extra money and just because it was so interesting. And most recently, the main reason Alex is here is because you have been involved in the 911 show.
Yes.
And that is something that I think a lot of us are super curious about because when is that going to premiere? When are we going to see? Because what is it called? Is it Nashville 911?
911 Nashville.
So it's 911 Nashville, and it's a spinoff of the original 911, right?
Yes.
Because I don't watch a lot of television anymore. So is the original just 911?
The original is just 911. Then they had another spinoff, 911 Lone Star. That was Texas.
Did that last? Is
It
911
has a
Lone
few
Star?
seasons.
Okay.
I think it's been canceled since, but yeah, this one's 911 Nashville.
Well, I think they got a hit on their hands because Nashville is the it town,
Yeah.
and you've got such a diverse. You've got so much diversity you can pull from.
Yeah.
It's not just cowboys like it would be in Lone. I mean, we're talking. I mean, we've got movie industry. I mean, we've got so much with the music industry, and then you've got I mean, you've got all the things that the inner city and the big cities have, and I can just imagine what they can do with downtown with all the woohoo girls. I can see an episode right now of 911 Nashville with one of them woohoo girls bicycle things getting involved in some kind of crazy accident. I mean, I'm just saying that writes itself right there. And y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all those bachelorette parties where they get on those little pedal carts and go riding through town. In Nashville, when I was on Nashville radio, we called them woohoo girls. Because you go by them and they go, woo, and they're usually intoxicated, which doesn't bode well for, emergency situations. So I can see all kinds of shows being developed around the downtown area. But now what exactly have you done with them? So kind of unpack, how did you get involved with it and how many appearances have you had? And you're as an extra, right?
Yes.
Okay, so fill us in on it.
So it's kind of hard to tell, like, when you're there, it's hard to tell what episode they're filming just because they can go back and forth. And
Gotcha.
so, but what I did, I've only done it once. There was almost a second opportunity, and I could have done it, but it was like a 12-hour day. You had to be there at like 3 a.m., and it was outside in the sun, and it's been really hot. So
Yeah, you're just like, yeah, I'm out.
But I did the other scene that I did. We were there for about 9 hours. We were also outside just about all day. But it was a tornado scene in a trailer park.
Oh, wow.
So we were just outside in the trailer park, and then we had to act as if a tornado was coming through. We had to run and take shelter. And then after the tornado had came through, we came back out, and there was debris everywhere. Like, they had trash. They had big fans. They were throwing trash in front of it. It was blowing it everywhere. We came out, and as if we were picking up trash. But I did it because it's 911 Nashville, and I love 911.
Yeah.
I just like doing anything to do with film, and being on set is really cool. Seeing all of that stuff. But since I have two jobs, I haven't really been able to do as much just because I've been working just about every day, all day. So I'm trying to make room to do more, but we'll see.
Yeah, you got to make a living, and see, that's the reality of it. Do they pay their extras pretty decently, or
they
I don't know.
They paid $12.50 an hour.
Oh, that's not good.
And
it's
$12.50 an hour. 8-hour pay is guaranteed, even if you're not there for 8 hours. But usually you're there over 8 hours.
Oh, I would imagine.
But then you get $12.50 and then time and a half if you're there over 8 hours.
Okay.
But like in my experience, I was there 9.5 hours. They did feed us, but we only got to eat for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
but they took an hour pay for lunch out of our break.
Ooh, no, 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 no.
And from what I've heard, I mean, not to bash the 911 Nashville, but what I've heard, they've been trying to like scam people out of their money
Okay.
for different things. And,
That's not good, y'all. Well,
and-
here's the problem, because this and this is, love unions, hate unions, whatever. And this is something I remember. You probably remember this from our safety tests that we've given AV. Is I have a question on there. Hey, when you're on a shoot and you're the cameraman, pay attention to what you're doing. You got producers to watch your back. What's the proper answer to that?
watch your own back.
That's right, because they will get you hurt. Because when they're on this, I've had so many stories of producers I've known over the years. I always tell the ones about the crew that was on a train bridge, and the permit had run out, and only whoever was in charge of permits knew it because they wanted to get the shoot done. Train came, people had to jump off of this bridge, and I mean that they don't think nobody got killed. Some equipment got destroyed, but it's one of those things that. And I have had so many people tell me they've nearly gotten hurt because producers are like, yeah, go ahead, do that. Or, you got to watch yourself. And so when they get out on the scene, they're trying to save money. Tennessee is a right to work state. You don't have to have a union. Now, there are certain shows that'll come in that will say you've got to be in the union to work there. And that's one of the things with CMAs. You've got to be a part of the stagehand union to come work. And so they pay you very well and they take very good care of you. I mean, hands down. Sometimes I think too good of care because they end up it takes them too long. You have one extreme to the other. There needs to be a balance. There needs to be a balance between the union scale where they're maybe overpaying and giving too many breaks to the ones where they're paying you, $12.50 an hour and then charging you an hour for lunch and then only giving you 5 minutes to eat. That's something that the union wouldn't allow. So it's like there's got to be a balance there. But it sounds like that production is taking advantage of the fact that this is a non-union state. And because, I mean, you didn't have to be in the union to be an extra, I'm guessing.
No.
You didn't have to join the union?
No.
Okay.
And
Well,
from what I've heard, they're not paying the product. When I was there, the production assistants really took care of us. They were like, "Do you need water? Do you need water?" And then they put us in
that's
front of
good.
the air. But I've heard they're only paying them $13 an hour for
production assistance? Wow.
17-hour shifts. And that's what I heard people talking about is that they're overworking them, and that could be dangerous for working them so long, then them coming back really early in the morning, staying till real late at night. So I've heard that too.
Well, and that is an issue because here's the thing, and this is what we talk about in audio video. So many people want these jobs. So many people want to work because it's fun. It is so much fun when you're in it. But I'm telling you, if you've got a group that's not taking good care of you, sometimes you have to just step back and go, okay, I'm out. So I hope 911 production, man, y'all get that right. Don't do that to us here. Come on. Don't be here in Tennessee just because you can do that. And they can. And if there's people there willing to work, as long as you keep them safe, that's going to be the thing. If they're paying the wage that they say they're going to pay, and people are willing to come out and do that just to be on there, I mean, God bless them. This is a free country, but it doesn't make your reputation super great in the production world. Just like you're hearing this guy right here, he loves it. He would do anything in the world for you and help you out and all that because I can speak to it because I've known him a long time. And if he's hearing that and that's his impression, that's a problem. So I hope they'll get it together because I love the idea of having that production in Nashville because it's just good for it's good for the economy. It's good for I mean everybody's coming to Nashville whether they do a show about us or not. But now where are they actually? Is the production just happening all over? Or do they have like a place where they're concentrating a lot? Do they have like a kind of a work base area?
So they had a base camp area in Franklin, I think. I don't know how many they had, but the one I was at, they had like all the production offices and all of that set up there, and they also had like the sound studios and stuff in that same building. and
Okay,
all
so
the
the sound stage
trailers.
is down in Franklin. So they do have a
Yes.
sound stage they're working with?
Yeah, whenever I was
Okay.
there, they had
they
like
would
the,
have to.
yeah, they had like the 911 call center in
Mm-hmm.
there. Then they had all the offices. They had where they were doing the lunches. They were building stuff on the sound stages too. I'm not sure what they were going to be.
That'll be sets for
Yeah.
something that they're doing in a future episode.
Yeah. But other than that, they're doing like the on location a lot. Just at a bunch of
over.
Like there was one big one, I'm sure it was on the news a lot, where they were on the pedestrian bridge, I think it
Yeah.
was, or one of the big bridges in Nashville, and they had that tornado scene where they had the big camper in the sky.
Right.
They had that. But yeah, they're everywhere.
Okay. They're just all over the place. But they've got to have, like you said, a sound stage to
Yeah.
do their sets and those kinds of things, and that'll be just constantly changing, I'm sure. They'll have the call center and some of the things that are staples that you'll see all the time from episode to episode, but there'll be pieces of that set that'll change all the time. Where did they do the trailer park scene that you were a part of?
So that was another negative experience I had with them.
Uh-oh.
So they told me it was in Columbia, so I drove over an hour to Columbia. Then as soon as I parked, I got a text saying, "Oh, we've changed the location."
Oh, that's lovely.
So then I had to drive an hour, or not an hour, about 40 minutes back, and to the base camp. Then they took us on the shuttle back to where I had already drove. So I mean, they had the wardrobe at the base camp, so that's why. But I don't know why they didn't originally give us that address.
Well,
So
communications.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that people are not awesome at it.
yeah,
And, and you think about the time and they didn't pay you until you showed up at the base camp, right? Your
Yes.
your hours didn't start that first time you got to Columbia. It was when you got there and got started in wardrobe.
and I really got. I mean, not that this is a huge deal, but I got there at like 8:15,
Uh-huh.
and we didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
So then, whenever we finally found the person, it was like 9:15. So that's a whole nother hour I didn't get paid because they clocked us in when we seen the person.
Yeah, but you couldn't
So,
figure it out. So
Yeah, they didn't have signs up or anything, and
Yeah.
it wasn't very clear on
come on,
instructions.
guys. Yeah, you got to do better, 911. We want you here. How long have they been in this area filming? Do you know? When did they start filming down here? Yeah, I
June?
don't have any clue. Yeah.
I want to say the beginning of June.
So they're just still kind of in the beginning stages. So
Yeah.
you've got to come. That's the thing. We can definitely cut them some slack that they're
Yeah.
just kind of getting started.
Yeah.
And so that's cool,
Yeah.
So we'll give you a little bit of leeway there, but you need to take care of your people. Come on.
It wasn't all bad. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool seeing everything and
Yeah.
seeing all the people and just like seeing the tornado scene. They had the big like RV in the front yard, and after the tornado came, they picked it up and slung it somewhere, and it was cool to see everything.
How
I
they do
would've-
the special effects and stuff and
Yeah.
the special filming. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to see them. So they haven't run the episode yet, have they?
No, it comes out. The first episode it's October something. I want to say October 9th, something like that.
Is that the one you're in then, the first one?
I think I'm either in the first one or the second one.
Okay.
So
okay.
I think they come out weekly.
Okay.
on-
Well, I would imagine, yeah. I mean, it's a network show. Is it CBS, ABC, or NBC? Do you know?
I think it's ABC, but it's also on Hulu the next day.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, it'll be fun to see you. I know that's one of the hardest things is we were expecting you to be in that one movie and then they cut your scene and it was like,
Yeah.
we're there in the theater, you're there in the theater, and it's like, oh my God. But that's one of the hardest things too. We had a lot of things when we did the show with Jillian Michaels that they did on our farm. There was tons of stuff we shot that a lot of people were in there as extras and they were like, they cut our scene.
Yeah.
And that was one thing. They went into my church and filmed a bunch of stuff, and I did not want them there. I did not. And the elder said, "Yeah, come on." I was like, I thought they were going to tell them no. I did. I was like, so to my fellow parishioners, I really didn't want them. I said, we have to ask the elders, and I assume the elders would be like, no, and they're like, sure. And I was like, so we were there for worship one morning, and I don't know. We got a little Jesus on those people, so there you go. It was all right, but oh my goodness, I wasn't comfortable with them being there. They didn't use any of the footage, so I wasn't necessarily sad about that. But it's so funny. You know how I say God bless all the time. Some of the kids will even giggle because they're like, "Oh, she's the God bless too," because I say it, and Dios te bendiga. I can even say it in Spanish, and it's just something that I adopted doing. I mean, 15 years ago. It's just one of those things. If I only get to encounter you at a store or whatever, I'm going to say, God bless you. I'm going to try my best to, because I want you to make sure you know whose side I'm on, because too many people wear crosses and symbols of faith that aren't really, so I just always do that. So apparently they knew that on the set of Julian's show. And I just, God blessed them to death. And the first time I did it, in the first scene that they shot, I said, God bless y'all. And they just all laughed. They just thought that's the funniest thing. And I God blessed them even more because of that. I was like, you're going to get it. And so they cut out every one. There's not a single scene where I say, God bless you. Not one. But anyway, I digress. Anything else you want to share with us? We're down to the last few minutes here, but what? So you're working at Cricket. Where else are you working? At the ballpark still?
Yes.
Okay. Running concessions and all that.
Yep.
Right. And, but we're not sure about school, huh?
No, it's a long story.
Okay. Anything you want to share?
But
think about it. We're on the radio, so be careful. Be careful.
There was one more movie. I don't know if I told you, the Christmas movie. It's Karen Kingsbury. She's an author.
You mentioned that to me. So you were in that. You're in that one. So tell me about that experience. Okay.
I was also an extra in that. They had us in an antique mall. At just Shoppers. So that was also a 8-hour guaranteed pay. And I was only there for like 3 hours, I think.
Oh, that's
so
good.
Those
are nice days. Yeah.
But they kept us in the air, inside in the AC. And Karen's Kingsbury, she was going around asking everybody, like, do you need this? Are you okay? Offering water and everything. But that was fun. It's The Christmas Ring. It comes out in theaters November 6th.
In theaters. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's based on a book that she wrote. I think the book comes out, and then it comes out November 6th in theaters.
How fun! You didn't tell me about that one.
Yeah.
So where did they shoot that? What part of town? What part of the? Is it around here or?
That was in Franklin,
Was
Nashville
in Franklin.
too. Yeah.
Okay. So apparently there's a, if they've got a studio down there for 911, apparently there's a lot of stuff happening because there's studios all over. There's the Skyline studio or the Skyway studio over there by Skyline. There's of course the one where they were doing Huckabee up at Twitty City, and fabulous facility up there. And so we've got studios all over, and just a whole lot of fun stuff going on. So are you connected to the people who you need to be connected to, so you know when this stuff's happening? How do you get involved with that? I mean, how do you keep up with all that?
I follow, her name's Jenny Allison. She's like a background casting director. So she posts on Facebook all the time. So I see where they're doing the stuff, what they need, who they need. I think they've wrapped the Christmas Ring, but they are now filming the Grand Ole Opry Christmas movie. I don't know if you've heard about that.
No.
Has a few country singers. I can't remember their names. I think Brad Paisley was one of them.
Oh, that'd be fun. Probably his wife is involved too, because his wife was an actress. So
yeah, she's in.
I'm sure she's probably in it. Yeah.
She's in the 911 Nashville too. She's one of the main.
Really? Oh, okay. I can't remember her name, but yeah, she's a fabulous actress. But really? See, this is all so interesting. You're just giving us all the insight, Alex. This is cool. Well, you keep us up to date, okay? And let me know what's going on, and we'll get you back in, because I want to hear all about your stuff. So if you have anything else, because I got a text from him one day that said, I don't know, Miss Vivio, being back on this, behind the scenes. Oh, I sure do like this stuff. And I was like, oh, there's another one. Going to go over to the dark side and be in the industry. And I'm kidding. It is a wonderful industry, but you've just got to be ready for it because it's different. It is different, as he can tell you. So, anything else before we wrap up?
I guess that's everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad to see you. You got to get to you working at Cricket today.
I am.
You look
yes.
like y'all suited up, ready to go.
Mhm.
Go. Do you get just by the hour, or do you get some commission?
Right now, I only get paid by the hour, but I've heard that they pay like a little bit more based on if you sell certain things.
All right. Go buy something from this young man. He's a good one. I'm super proud of you and love you to pieces, and
Thank
just
you.
so thankful that I had a student like Alex in my first group of kiddos that I got to hang with and get me started in the teaching world. I'm getting better at it. I've had a lot to learn. Like I said, he was with me through the growing pains. So you're a rock star, buddy. I love you. You take care and
Bye.
stay in touch and let me know what's going on when you're in the movies. Oh, and The Life of Me, real quick. Have you heard anything more about when that's coming out?
I haven't heard anything other than what you've told me
What
last.
Terry said. Because Terry Martin was in it. He was the crooked sheriff. And so you're in that big, aren't you?
Yeah, I was there for a week, maybe.
Okay.
I missed school to do it. I'm sure you remember that.
I do, because I had your teachers going, you need to tell Alex he needs to come to school. They were yelling at me over you. As a matter of fact, Miss Elmore, she was like, Alex needs to come to school. I'm like, I know. But anyway, God bless you.
Thank
All
you.
right, I'll keep you posted if I hear any more. I'll have Terry in here and we'll see if he can give us an update. Bye, Alex. Alex Maddux, one of my former students at Greenbrier High School, and just having so much fun in the industry, and just love hearing from him and just all the things he's doing. But he's a good one, y'all. Good job, Mom and Dad. Y'all did, and Grandma and Grandpas and all the folks that had any kind of an influence on him. He is a wonderful young man. But as another wonderful young man comes in here, I'm talking about Brian Pulley and a beautiful young lady coming in here. We're going to be talking about Raise Your Hand, but I need to give you an update on Barry and Rebecca Richards real quick from Exit Prime Realty. Barry and Rebecca Richards, Exit Prime Realty. My friends in the real estate industry, y'all know, if you want any kind of information on anything going on in real estate, they are the ones you need to talk to, whether it's buying or selling, whatever it is that you need to know. When you're coming to the table, they can help you out and make sure that you are ready to hit the ground running. And it's something I mentioned when I was talking about Alex, is when some of these kids come into the audio video class and they want to be a filmmaker, they want to be an influencer, they want to be this and they want to be that. I try to talk them out of it, because the realities of the industry that I've been blessed to be in is difficult. There's a lot of nuances to it. And so Barry, I always say, he'll mentor you into the real estate industry. And he goes, I'm going to try to talk you out of it first. And he's joking, but he's saying that I want you to understand the absolutely what you're signing up for, and make sure you know that this is right for you. And I mean, that's a sign of a really good mentor that says, I'm going to give you, I'm not just trying to get you on board, I want you to really understand what you're getting into, because it's a wonderful industry, but there's difficult things that you have to deal with. And so I love that when he says things like that. That just shows you how honest they are in their dealings with you when it comes to the property that they're representing for you to sell, or the property that they're helping you find to buy. They're going to see things maybe that, you're dreaming of that home, and you see your dream home, and they're going to go, but did you notice this? Or did you notice that? They're not just about the sale. They're trying to they're about making sure it's the right sale for you. It's the right listing for you if you're selling property, and it's the right job for you if you want to get into real estate. Love these folks. Great friends of the program. They're our longest running full-time sponsor. You can reach Becky at 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, or Barry's number, same number, just change the 5 to a 4. It's 615-504-7425. Or you can go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy BUYRobertsonCounty.com. And please always let them know U-Turn sent you. Brian Pulley, will you please introduce me?
I would be happy to. I would be happy to. We have Latasia Harris. Latasia is our new Raise Your Hand representative for here in Robertson County. She is also a new mom. She's got a 4-month-old little boy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
I love it.
Ezekiel. He's a 4th, I understand. Yeah, and they call him E4. So very
love
very
it.
cool. So she's in the new mom phase here, but very excited to have her here in Robertson County to work with the Raise Your Hand program and continue the work that they've been doing that we've talked about a lot on this show. But just really excited to have her in there this morning to talk about it. And we've upgraded the collective intelligence on this side of the table this morning. So I'm very excited about that to bring in some people that can speak to that. But no,
It's
we're
Latasia
with a J.
Latasia with a J. And you sent that to me, but I wasn't sure on the pronunciation.
I asked her boss because I'm born and raised here in the South. I will butcher a name in a heartbeat. So am I saying that pretty good?
Yes.
Hey, look at me. All right, we're good.
Latasia. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna switch this. I'm gonna get this microphone where it's right on your face here.
Yeah, there you go.
Because we want to make sure we.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
All right.
There we go.
So we want to talk about Raise Your Hand this morning. I brought in It's funny, they handed us a one-sheeter yesterday, and I was just looking at the statistics from last year, and I know Latasia's going to talk some about that, but just amazing work that's been done and like real work that's happening right here with our young
Real stuff
with our young people. This is tangible stuff. A lot of things we do sometimes are almost like planting seeds in the community, and we're hoping they grow eventually, and you have to wait a little while to see the payoff of some of this stuff. This right here, I mean, I'm just going to read one thing, and I don't want to step on what she's going to talk about, but like 70% of Raise Your Hand students' reading scores improved over the 24-25 school year. 70%.
Wow.
That is real, tangible, and I've always said this. I tell my own kids this. If you can read and your reading comprehension is good, you have a chance in this world. I was not great at math or science. It's not my thing. My wife is excellent at that. She's an engineer. We all have our strengths. But I was always a very good reader and had good reading comprehension. And it has served me in any position I've ever been in, because in everything we do, I know everybody wants to hear this, we get things, we have to read it, we have to decipher it, and we have to process information very quickly in a work life. In anything you do, you can be working on cars, you can be doing anything you want to do. You still have to read things and be able to figure it out. And so to get that going at an early age, that foundation of reading in these young people is huge. And so I'm really proud of this program, obviously, and what we do for our young people. And it's a passion of mine to help our young people. And so just want to set that up a little bit. But feel free to talk about maybe some needs that you guys have and what you've got coming up for this year.
Yes,
for it.
Absolutely. Good morning. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, and congratulations on baby 4. I got 4.
See?
I have 4 too.
Well, that's
all
our
boys.
No, it's my first. He's the
thought you said
fourth.
it was
He's a fourth. He's Ezekiel the fourth.
fourth.
Yeah, it's a family name. I was
Yes.
asking the baby's name. I thought that was cool.
That's super cool. I just
cool.
misunderstood
And
you. I
he's
thought you was like your
this
fourth
is number
child.
1, so she's
This
new
is
mom.
number 1, new mom.
Yeah.
But he's the 4th. That's
I
cool.
thought that was cool. I love
That's
family
super
names and
cool.
that lineage.
It
I think
is.
that's really
How
cool.
neat.
Yeah.
Now tell me his name again.
Ezekiel
Yeah.
Ezekiel. What's the full name? The 4th.
Deaton Bolden the fourth.
Oh, that's good.
That's a
That's
strong
power.
name.
It's a
That's
strong
power.
name, a legacy.
That's power.
That's a fella I can rely on. Like
That's
that.
power, man.
Talk to
Yes.
Ezekiel. He's got it over there. Yeah.
I love it. He's ordained for something special.
He really is. I'm
Yes, sir.
excited.
I love it. That's congratulations.
Thank
That's
you so
wonderful.
much.
That's
Thank
wonderful. So tell me all about your experience. So are you new to United Way?
I am. I started in January.
Okay. So where were you prior to going with United Way?
I was an elementary teacher. I taught 4th grade.
So
in
you know what
Alabama.
you're talking about with this stuff.
Yes,
You know
it's
exactly.
definitely my passion, and it's great to be kind of behind the scenes and orchestrating these things because I know what the teachers need and I know what the students need. So it's great.
Outstanding. Outstanding. I love it. And so what made you, well, of course, that's got to be your passion. You see, like you said, exactly what they need. And so where do you want to start then? Let me just go there. Where do you want to start with what you have going on with this program?
So I want to start with kind of what we offer.
Okay.
It's a all expense paid after school program, and we are servicing 11 schools here in Robertson County, from anywhere to Joe Burns to East Robertson Elementary, and it's from grades 1 through 8.
Okay.
So last year we serviced 348 kids, and this year we're hoping to do about the same. And so we do both reading and math, and it's about an hour and a half after school. And either Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday, it just depends on the school and which days they would like to do. So we're just really looking for volunteers for this year to really get out in the community, help us out, because we are very volunteer-based program. So we're really, really trying to get volunteers, high school students, college students. They really can get their service hours with us.
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be a great opportunity, especially for those high school students.
And the best way is just go to the website and
Yes.
to United Way. Right.
United Way of Greater Nashville.
Okay.
/ raise your hand, or they could call me.
Okay.
My
You want to
num-
give your number? Give it out a couple of times. You have to do everything twice on radio because
Okay.
LaVern taught me that. So
Okay.
yeah.
here's the thing. They'll start to write it down, then they'll miss a number. And so you got to always repeat it. So give us that number twice.
So it's 615-780-2448. Again, 615-780-2448.
Okay, very good. And if you want to get involved with this, go in and sign up. They will need to go through a background check, right?
Correct. Yes.
And if they're out of school, because I don't think the high school kids have to, do they? I think that it's just if you're an adult, if you're 18. I'm not sure.
not sure about
I
that.
was
We can double
thinking.
check
Now
that.
maybe
do.
maybe I'm wrong, but I was thinking that the high school kids
Mm-hmm.
they're allowed to do it without a background check, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll have to double check. I do know that if they do have to do it, it is paid for.
Right.
But I do have to double check about under 18-year-old.
No,
if they
because
need a
I
background
think
check.
I remember that, but I may be mistaken, and it might be that we won't even see it unless we were underage and put in the application. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you can put the application. And so from the process of getting an application in, how long does it take before you're actually assigned a child to tutor?
It could take anywhere from a week.
Oh, wow.
We get your application in automatically. We review it, and we kind of see where we can place you into a school based on the times that you're available and the locations you are willing to work at.
Now, you talk about it's a couple of days a week for the kids, but if you only have one day a week you can serve, that's fine, right?
That's fine.
What if you only have a half hour on Monday?
That's
Is that-
completely fine.
Yeah.
Any help is great help.
Right, I got you. Because I think that's the reason why a lot of people don't get these things signed up. It's like, well, I'm just so limited on my time. But even your limited time is precious time. And so as a volunteer, could I go, okay, I'm in this area. What do you have that's in my neighborhood that I could do from this time to this time? And you can be real specific. Can you do that, get that specificity? I was trying.
You were right there.
Yes, you were right. It's
hard.
hard to say. It's hard to
I
say.
can't do
I
it.
was going to come through real smooth. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
But yes, once you put in the application, you can
Yeah.
put in whether you can work AM or PM. We only offer PM, but you can put in that. You can put in your address, ask for all those things, and so we can kind of see where you're close by, maybe 10 minutes away, 20 minutes away,
Sure,
whatever
sure.
you're willing to do.
Oh, that works great. Now, you had mentioned that you were a teacher. Where did you teach? I'm curious.
I was teaching in Tanner, Alabama.
Oh, my. So you're brand new.
Yes, I went to college out in Alabama. So
Okay.
I started teaching out there. I did 3rd grade the first year and 4th grade the second year.
Okay. Are you from this area?
No, I'm not at all. I moved to Tennessee. It's my husband. He fixes helicopters and planes. So he got a job out here at an airline. So we moved out here, and then so I was on the search for a job, and I came across
How
United Way.
fun. What a fun. See, I always love the backstories. So was your husband military?
He was prior
I
Army.
was gonna say, if he's working on helicopters and planes, I'm thinking he probably served his country. Thank you for your
Yes.
service. That's wonderful. What branch?
Army.
Okay, that's awesome. My son served in the Army, so
Oh.
that's great. And my daughter-in-law's brother's still in the Air Guard and getting ready to deploy too to Guam. So, but anyway, it's just it's just wonderful. I love that. That's so cool. What a great story. Welcome to Tennessee.
Thank
Is
you.
he working out at the Armory up in? Is he in the airport in Nashville area, or is it like at John Toon or somewhere like that?
It's in Smyrna.
Oh, he's in Smyrna. Okay.
Yes, in Contour.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
How fun. Well, that's exciting. Well, we appreciate you. Odds are you made a drive to get here today then.
I did about an hour and a half.
Oh, my goodness.
You had to go through the beast too.
Oh,
downtown.
yes, I
Go
did.
downtown. God bless you.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Well, we don't want to waste your, what else do we need to talk about? So the main thing is you need volunteers more than
Yes,
anything.
that's what we're pushing the most for. We really,
Right.
really need volunteers.
And
We offer transportation for the students as well. So last year we had 10 buses. That's a big thing in the education field right now, getting bus drivers and stuff like that. So it's a great thing that they have transportation home after tutoring. So we just really need volunteers to just come, help, And it could look different based off of the teacher that you're helping. So
So are the buses done through our bus department, or do y'all have independent work that do y'all have? Is the district picking the kids up from tutoring, or how's that work? Do you know?
yes, we're funding it.
Gotcha.
But yes, so we're just paying for those drivers, paying for those
Gotcha. To
buses,
make
yes.
another loop back around.
Mhm.
My husband and I both are school teachers.
Really?
And yes, and we're CTE teachers in high school. But this year he picked up a bus route.
Oh, okay.
So he's driving. That's
I didn't
why
know
I'm
that.
wondering.
Yeah.
And they're just really Mr. Heinerman, who's getting a big promotion. We're going to have him in here. I haven't reached out yet. He's getting ready to head up to the state to run things, and it's pretty exciting stuff. But so we're going to talk to Mr. Heinerman. But he put out a big push to try to get more teachers involved in driving bus, because like I can put a bus at your house. You won't have to pay for, you'll have a way to get to school, and you can pick up kids on your way to work and then take them home on your way back.
Yeah.
And I mean, just because we're so short on drivers,
It's incredible.
so short on bus
Yeah,
drivers.
yeah.
I mean, every day at Greenbrier, there's some kind of an announcement about, okay, we need you to go to this bus. We need you this. We need, making adjustments because our routes we just don't have enough drivers. He is actually driving 2 routes. He picks up elementary kids first thing in the morning, drops them off, and then picks up a load for the high school, and then goes and teaches. Then his planning is in that 4th block, so he can head out and go get kiddos, elementary, get them home, and then pick back up the high schoolers and take them home. And so, yeah, and that's what I mean. It's you talk about the logistics of scheduling all these buses. Oh my goodness. God bless y'all. I mean,
Right.
that bus shop's hopping.
It makes my
You
head
go
hurt.
in there, and I mean, they are moving and shaking and getting it done. It's a lot. And he was a safety coordinator there before he became a teacher. So that's why I know a lot about the buses. That's why I'm like, they're getting a bus driver to go back around and make another loop through and get those kids.
Yep.
So well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. But so go ahead.
I'm saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, but part of the funding with this program is the teachers are making, we pay them as well extra
stay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
providing snacks for the students as
Correct.
well, and transportation. That's part of the
Yes.
funding of this
Right.
program. So
Right.
it is really a wraparound service.
That's
there.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
What an amazing thing. So now, do you have? Do the teachers just recommend students for this, or can a parent who just wants to utilize it, can they say, how can my kid be a part of that? Can they inquire, or is it something that the teachers recommend where they see a struggling child?
They could inquire. Typically, it's based off of their diagnostics that they take at the
Gotcha.
beginning of the school year, and kind of seeing where they land on that like scale,
Right.
and seeing the highest need for the tutoring. It's kind of how it happens, and then we have a certain amount of slots.
I gotcha.
So, but a parent could inquire if need be.
If there's some openings.
Yes, if there's some openings.
Okay,
yes.
because there's some kids that get the help at home they need. Maybe they've got a stay-at-home parent, or they got a grandparent that can work with them. These are for the kids that their parents are working, their guardians are working, and they just don't have time to spend with them and doing that reading, because they're just having to work all the time just to keep food on the table and a roof over their head.
Yes.
That's the kids. Those are the ones. I mean, I've got them in. Oh my goodness, the ones that I have a little questionnaire that I give my kids the first week or so of school. It's like, tell me about you, and it's like silly questions and serious questions. What's your favorite book? What's the favorite thing you ever read is on there, and so many of them I don't read. Oh, I'm just like, it kills me
Yes.
to hear any of them say I don't read. I'm like, well, we've got to find your genre.
Yes.
Let's go to the library and let's find something that you, because I have. That just kills me. When you're a
And it
freshman
doesn't
in
matter
high school.
what it is. I'm glad you brought that
Yeah.
up. For me, it was the sports page and Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
That's what I read growing up. But it developed a love of reading, and then that turned into I loved reading books about sports, and
Right.
then that went to I read books about other subjects. Then
Yeah.
because you say, but it's got to start with something, like you said, a spark that you're interested in. Is like, I like reading at least that.
Yep.
Because it doesn't matter what you're reading.
Yep.
There were big words in those Sports Illustrated articles, and that's good. So it was developing my love of reading and reading comprehension. But like you said, if you just don't read anything, then it's going to be difficult. I've got a question for you, because you were on the front lines as a teacher and now doing this. What are some of the biggest challenges you're seeing with especially that age group that you were teaching, like the third and fourth graders? Just like, because we hear a lot about the third graders and
Right.
Yes.
and what's going on with the testing and all that. So what were you seeing in the classroom as like the biggest challenges with some of those young kids currently?
Yes, the biggest challenge that I saw was the interest level. So, in that they were already 2 to 3 years behind. It was very disheartening to see third graders and fourth graders who couldn't read. Because some of them could barely write their name. So a lot of them are really behind. COVID played a part in things like that. The retention rate for teachers play a part in that. But I really see that they don't have an interest in reading. They don't have an interest in learning. So they really need somebody to get them excited and make school fun. So I know when I was teaching, I tried to make it as fun as I could. I had a little classroom store, had really like good incentives for them to like really want to learn. And everything was like competition. My class, they were so competitive. So like stuff like that, just making it fun, like their interest, just really sparking their interest, really getting to know them when they first see you. Like, do they like Minecraft? Do they like Roblox? Stuff like that, and incorporating that into something that you're teaching them really played a part in getting them interested, because you'd be surprised about how much they can learn in a short amount of time, as long as they're being focused and things like that. So things like that, reading comprehension was a big struggle. Some of them could read and they could fluently read, but they weren't able to tell you about what they were reading. They weren't able to comprehend what it is that they just read to you. So things like that, using text-based strategies and things like that to help them learn to comprehend and things like that.
Okay, very good. And you're just giving me so many ideas at the moment, because absolutely we need that tutoring early on. So when they get to me, I don't have half my class saying I don't read.
Yes.
You know, that just kills me. I mean, and I'm not kidding.
And that's
I
at the
can
high
go-
school age you're talking
That's
about.
my ninth graders.
Okay, yeah. Right.
That's my ninth graders. And this is because my homeroom now, because I just graduated my first class as a teacher last year, and so I've got a whole new bunch of freshmen, and we're gonna have a great time because they're just a great bunch of kids. But I think probably half of my homeroom put down I don't read, and I'd have to go back and look because I kept their papers, and that's just a real challenge. You talk about the interest, and what you were talking about with sports. So I'm sitting here kind of brainstorming what can I do to help them find their genre that they'll read, and they'll be like, I think I do like reading, because that happened for me. Because I had to read Silas Marner and all that, and I was like, ugh, you know, it was just like brain dead. And there was aspects of the classics that I liked, but it never really drew me in. And it was only until I discovered I'm a science fiction person. I think I picked up a Star Trek book just kind of randomly. And I was like, I like this. And I just devoured.
Hooked you in, yeah.
And I just got to where I was reading constantly. And, you know, now for me, I love historical novels. I just love historical novels. And
From
that
Star
kind of
Trek to historical novels.
yeah, well, I have such an interest in biblical studies,
Yes.
and there's a lot of historical novels that are biblically based that just fascinate me. So that's probably my fire genre that I go to right now. But when you find that,
Yep.
you want to get like Frank Peretti. When I first discovered Frank Peretti, I was like, I've got to read everything he's got.
Right.
You know, and if you can find that, and everybody's got that.
They do.
They do.
So it's like, I'm going to be, because I know I'm learning the kids' personalities. And so I'm going to go to Chat GPT and go, I've got a young person that is 14 years old. This is what they like. What's a good book series for them?
That's a great idea.
That's how you can use
Using
AI.
to figure out how to read books. My kids think it's weird when I read books, though. It's like, what are you doing? It's like because I mean, it's all digital.
all
but
digital.
And they see now, like my sports page is in here. So
Yeah.
back in the day, you would have been sitting at the kitchen table with your coffee in a paper, right? Well, now I'm sitting with this because that's where I get all my news and my sports.
Yeah.
And it looks like I'm mindlessly on my phone, but really I'm just doing what I've always done since I was young. But it doesn't look like that anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
It's like,
how
what are you
smart do
doing?
you look reading a newspaper? People look smart reading a newspaper.
You really
Definitely
do.
do.
You see them at the coffee shop with a paper kicked that,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, look at there, he's getting informed, or
Yeah.
she's getting informed. But now, I mean, it's on there, so that's what we struggle with. I still like to keep hard copy books that I'm wanting to read around my house, so my kids see me reading books.
Yes.
Not just I'm reading on here, but it looks like I'm just probably playing on my phone.
Yeah, we do the same thing with our
Yeah.
biblical studies.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting here reading something. I'll be listening to something that's biblical on here, but it just looks like I'm on the Facebook.
That's right.
You know,
That's
Right.
and I'm not.
I mean, my
But,
Bible app is right there. You know,
yeah,
that's why
yeah.
the reference.
I do
to-
everything on this.
I know. So,
I
but
do
it looks like
everything
we're
on
playing.
this.
But anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's like that's been one of the big issues with students is we're just, you know, it's a state law that you can't have the kids can't have their phones. And then they'll be, why can the teachers? I'm like, well, number one, if we have somebody break into our building, this is going to be how they're going to let us know. This is like our radios. This is a safety device, guys. And it's a tool for us because we've got other teachers emailing us constantly. This is a work tool for us. It's not we're not gaming. We're not playing. If you see a teacher doing that, you need to call them out on it, but it's a safety mechanism for us, and so you have to, you know, trying to teach kids that and all. I don't know. I digress.
And you're grown.
Yeah.
Just tell them I'm grown. Don't worry about
Right.
what
I'm
I'm
an
doing.
adult.
Don't worry about what I'm doing. You
Yeah.
worry about what you're
But,
doing over here.
but
Yeah.
it is our first line of defense.
Right.
You know, the alerts we get on those devices, but. Just getting the kids, like you said, hearing you talk about trying to help them find their passion.
Yes.
That is so essential. That is so essential. But what are we missing here? I don't want to run out of time. We've still got plenty of time.
Anything
But
we need to
we haven't covered. She made a
What can
she
we
made
do
a
to
long
help get
trip.
folks out here too? Like I know you need volunteers, so like what can we do to help attract volunteers here in the community? And like if you were talking to a volunteer that was interested, like what would you tell them about the program as far as just like to get them fired up, get them in?
We offer a lot of great things. We do giveaways every month. So you can be entered into a giveaway. All the volunteers are entered into a giveaway.
Oh, well, that's
you can
nice.
win anything from a gift basket to a Starbucks gift card. You could win a massage. Like those are some of the
Nice.
prizes we gave out last year. So, and then in the beginning of the year, we give volunteer kits. With essentials in there, hand sanitizer, some United Way swag, and things like that. And just an overall, just being in the field with children. If that's something that you like, is really fun. The children love, like the high school students, they feel like those are their big brothers and big sisters, and just wanting to make an impact. If that's something that you would like to do, it's a great way to do it. And it's just an hour of your time after school, 2:30 to 3:30, or things like that. So just, it's a good time. Like, and you can just be so impactful, and it's rewarding. I would say it's very rewarding. Some things that you do, you don't really see the outcome, but like to see that we have 70% students increase in their test scores, and to know that you were a part of that is a great feeling. So it's just it's a rewarding thing, and you can get service hours from it, things like that. So I say it's
a win-win.
It's a win-win.
Win-win. Well, you know, I got my little soapbox here for a second.
Go,
we
Brian.
love to critique what's going on and, well, this is messed up and what's wrong with these young people and all this kind of stuff. Here is an opportunity to make a real impact. And
Yeah.
education is the biggest tool you can put in your bag as a young person going into the world. And if you help somebody formulate their educational experience and have a bigger and stronger tool of education in their bag going in the world, they're going to have a better chance to succeed. And when they succeed, our community's better, and we got better workforce, and we got more responsible people in the community and better leaders and all that kind of stuff. It's a huge ripple effect, but it starts right here.
Amen.
So if you are upset about the way you see things going on, this is a chance to actually do something about it. And it's a very low buy-in with your time. It's particularly if I'm thinking about people that are retired, or if they work from home, their schedule is very flexible and you can kind of schedule your day how you see fit. This is an hour of your day that you can plug in. And please, God gives us all tools to use. And if you're good at math or you really love to read and you want to impart that into a child, this is a perfect opportunity to do that. And everything's taken care of. It's very structured, and the numbers don't lie. I mean, I saw this yesterday and it blew me away, just how the impact we're seeing is with this program and our young people in their test scores being raised. And we know they need the help right now. Teachers can only do so much. We love y'all. Y'all working your tail off. We know it. We got one former and one current there, but we need to help them as well. It's not just, it doesn't just start and stop in the school day. We need to help as much as we can. So please get involved.
What he said.
Yep.
And what she said. It's just a great program. I love everything that United Way does. And if you need help in the community, call 211. If you want to find out about any of the nonprofits, you can call the United Way office, get online and check it out. Definitely check out the Raise Your Hand program. It's something all of us can find a few moments a week to be a part of this. And so get on, check it out. Help these kids, and as we've always said about any volunteer time, we get so much more out of it.
You're gonna get I promise you. Anything you do,
so much more comes to you than what you give.
And I Googled just to see how easy it was. United Way Greater Nashville, raise your hand. Just type that into Google or speak that into Google, whatever, and it will pop up the information page. It has everything on there. It has the volunteer. You can donate. You can anything you want to do. It starts right there. It explains everything with the consent and the background and everything. So just go to that United Way Greater Nashville.
Awesome.
Raise your hand. Just type that into Google or whatever search engine you use.
Awesome. Very nice to meet you.
It was nice meeting you.
And take care of that. I just love that name, and that just sounds so wonderful.
Thank you so much.
So God bless you, and come back and see me.
I will.
Got to move a little closer. It sounds like you live an awful long way away, but
my lease is coming up, so might be
hear it.
moving a little closer.
there you go. There you go. Well, God bless you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
and
meet you
good
as
to
well.
See you, Brian, and Latasia.
Tasia.
Tasia.
See,
Yes.
I was
with you on it, LaVern.
Oh, I know, Latasia.
okay.
It's a beautiful name. Beautiful
Thank you so
name.
much.
Latasia Harris with Raise Your Hand, United Way of Greater Nashville. Brian Pulley, United Way of Greater Nashville, but he's ours, y'all. He's Robertson County. Y'all
Born and
know.
raised.
And tomorrow, another episode of Faith Friday. Katie Allen's Day. I'll call it a reminder. It's been a while since I've seen her, but hopefully Katie will be able to join us tomorrow for another episode of Faith Friday. This is 1100 WSGI. God bless. Have a fabulous day.
Well, come on and let me ride.